Mythos underscore just subscribed.
I think we're ready to get started. Hello, 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 hello. Hello again. God, it's been a while since I last worked this microphone, hasn't it? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. VTuber, kind of. I actually didn't want to set up the models and stuff, but I realized that was gonna take a lot more setup because I forget how to use the phone. I've not used VTuber stuff in so long that I'm like, I'm gonna have to take a full day to remember what it is that I do. But yeah, not VR chat mainstream, although I do have VR chat running. It's because it's a good way to get just stuff going. You know what I mean? I can do my own headpads too. Is another thing. But yeah, so let me catch up with you guys first. Mesra, thank you for redeeming the first today. You are most certainly the first redeemer. Congratulations and welcome on in. How are you doing today? Hi, Etheria. Hello, White Crow's Nest. Welcome in. It's good to see you again. How are you doing? Hello, Caribou. It's been a while. What you been up to? You still streaming and whatnot these days? Mythos, thank you for subscribing. Enjoy the lack of ads. Assuming ASMR has ads. About a year ago, we know that wasn't the case, but hey, at least you're ad-free, right? At least you don't have to worry about it, right? Well, thank you so much. 37 months in. We'll see what more we can get out of them, shall we? Carrie, hello, 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 hello. How are you? Welcome in. Also, Mesra, thank you so much for subscribing with your once-a-month Prime. Straight from the Bezos man himself. I appreciate that. You enjoy the lack of ads, and you enjoy the emails at your disposal, too. Thank you, thank you. Both of you. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I do need my glasses. I mean, I wear glasses myself. And I seem to have an addiction to putting them on my models. I swear it's out of preference and not because it's a full-on immersion. Or actually, maybe it is an immersion thing, and you know, I just like glasses, but I like immersion, so maybe it is a double-pronged reason. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear White Crow's Nest. Happy birthday to you. Wow, that is a surprise. The 19th of September. I'll see if I can remember that. No promises, but hey, we all celebrate it. Happy birthday once again, White Crows. To another year. Ugh. So let's play some catch up. Guys, remind me, I didn't stream last week, right? It feels like I did, but time has gone very quickly in a short amount of time. And I have been sick with COVID, so I've probably slept a good portion of that too. So yeah, I think I missed last week. I had COVID. I did consider doing an ASMR stream. I will be honest, I did think about it. But I was even in worse shape. So I was like, okay, I've learned my lesson. I've tried to stream with COVID before in the past. Now we're not going to do it again. So I'm still a little under the weather. I didn't want to hack up a storm the entire time I was in VR, be low energy, and it just turned into a puddle. I feel like if I'm going to be in a puddle, I need to start that way. You know, I'm going to try to avoid those bars of expectations. But I do think I don't like the idea of starting high energy and it devolving into something where I just sound miserable. You know, if I can start where I feel on average, I guess, then that's a little bit better to work with. So I'm not opposed to doing, like, resty streams. But, the main reason I'm not going to do VR chat today on stream is I might hack, I might cough, I might sneeze. And it's... if the volume's too high or if it's too worrisome, I don't like hearing that when I watch my own VODs. That is all. It's a bar of quality, not a bar of expectation. I'll probably be okay with VR again next week, and when I do get back into active streaming, I'll try to bring back the actual VTuber model again too. Even though this kind of functions as one, this could basically be Shoost, this could basically be Vignan, but the added bonus is that I do get hands, you know? Give you the bird or something. I'm just being silly. But yeah, it's still me. It's still me. I know it's been a year and some of you guys are like, it's been 80 years. And it's like, no, it's not. It's been like 8 months. Come on. It's not been that long, right? So, I guess one of the big things that you'll see as a difference is, you guys remember when I wanted to start my ASMR streams about a year ago, right? I'd be like, hi, and it's like, guys, it's 30 minutes of warm-up. You know, it's a struggle. Maybe it's an hour. I'm gonna struggle, but my voice comes online afterwards, right? Guys, I'm sick and I don't need a warm-up anymore. I don't know what happened. Maybe I got better at using my voice, but, hey, thank God for that. So I'm not gonna hack your ears off for an hour straight. But I will hack if I need to because I'm sick. So yeah, I get to see how my social skills have translated into maybe even doing ASMR a little bit better, because I kind of feel like it was a little bit weird last year. I know I was also a little bit more haughty and probably had a little bit of overconfidence maybe. I mean, I do have confidence now, but what I'm saying is I have confidence to be a shy person. I have confidence to be an embarrassed girly fox boy. I don't need to put on a very, I don't know, promiscuous kind of voice, because it just wasn't me, and I guess I'm just more open about being honest with myself, and, yeah. I'm okay with being girly and cute without having to play up an artificial personality, I guess you could say. That ain't me. You know You've seen what I've been after I got past that phase, right? Even in the past couple of months. I think the girl and the boy came back to life and got rid of the woman that was taking over. I think that was the real kicker right there. Yeah. I became more of a boy and a girl at the same time. A lot less of a man and a lot less of a woman. But hey, I still have my pee-pee. So, yeah. We don't have to worry about that. We just don't have to worry about any of the other labels that kinda got in the way, I guess. So yeah. I guess we'll just see how my ASMR is gonna be a little bit different. I'm at least confident in doing a good job of being comforting, comfortable, and going at my own pace instead of... guys, I think I just figured it out. I think the reason why I had such a hard time doing ASMR last year and why it just made my voice really weird was because I had an expectation of doing something maybe even more than I could do. I think it's because I wasn't even comfortable with my own voice. And that's all it takes to be a bit more relaxed and not hack up a storm. I'm not nervous about doing ASMR right now because I'm not nervous about doing a good job. I'm not even nervous. I'm not even disappointed. I like to be here. So it's about time that I focus on doing just that. You know? It's about time that I just focus on enjoying my time with you guys. Whether my voice is at 100% or not. And let's be real. My voice just gets better anyways. What's the point in trying to rush? What's the point in trying to strain? There isn't. There really isn't. It's all about how I present myself, and if I'm comfortable doing just that, I might not have been comfortable last year. Oh well, at least I am now. Your little fox boy girl is all growing up, you know what I mean? Yeah. I know it's embarrassing to kind of get rid of the facade, but I mean, that's me. That's the me underneath that I have to be more honest about, isn't it? And if I'm real, that's probably the part of me that I enjoy most. It's probably the part that you guys enjoy the most. It's definitely the part you all closest to me do enjoy the most, so... I guess I'll hold off from being a bit too forward or faker. Whatever I was trying to do last year. Overcompensating for something that didn't even need to be there. Nope. I needed to be there. I needed to be there most importantly. Yeah. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. I think it's gonna be a little bit different this year when I do some ASMR. Welcome in, Chill. Hi. How are you doing? Welcome on in. How goes? Let me sip the tea real quick and then I'll get out the leash pills for you, okay? I also forget that I also have the clicker. So I'll try to bring that out on occasion as well. We'll see. So one thing I will say is you guys probably noticed, like, if I do it like this, and then if I do it like this, it is kind of based on... Wait a second. Hold on. I need to look at it sitting in VR chat real quick. Okay. Kind of. Is it a voice activation thing, or is it... I guess my visings are not triggering normal with this selfie cam, which is what I'm using inside VR chat to capture my motion, my head, and everything like that. was gonna try to see if I can get the visings to be more forced. Because I know when my mouth is behind the microphone, it doesn't get tracked. But I mean, I have that issue with all my VTubing tracking, so hey, it's part of it. It's part of it. We're gonna be fine. Hey, meatballs, or hello, wizard. How's wizard doing? Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh, thank you for being a good boy, Caribou. You most certainly are a good boy. Yep, 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 yep. A little bit of scuff goes a long way. This is true. This is true. VRC probably doesn't have I guess the coding enough to tell how to blend its webcam face tracking with visings. Because I'm pretty sure if I turned off the selfie thing, visings would work. So yeah, you'll get some sniffles from me. But I am doing my best. I am comfortable. I don't feel so sick that I'm gonna die and just fall over or get into the bed. No, I've got some energy, guys. I've got some energy. I got a little bit of goose though in the tank. I've got more than enough fuel to get out a stream today. Maybe not a VR stream, but I can definitely get a what's this thing called again? ASMR stream out. I'm forgetting my own words. Oh, you've officially lost 30 pounds since I started exercising and dieting. A cute boy someday? Uh-huh. Well, congratulations, Mitos. That's impressive. 30 pounds is a lot. That is a lot. So I'm happy to hear that. That's honestly impressive. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Cute boy, cute boy. But hang in there. As it's been over the course of a couple of months, a year. When did you start exactly? Also, hello, Midori. How are you doing? It's good to see ya. The new world Lily is in? Yeah, it's a world that I added to my favorites list to check out at some point, but I've honestly not seen the world in VR just yet. And I kind of just hey, I need to take a chance. I'm pretty sure this world's gonna be pretty good. So let's go here and let's set up a camera and yeah, I kind of forgot about my GPU sounds going off. So the audio might have a slight bit of scuffness today. It might have just a little bit of scuffness today. As you guys know, summer did try to come back a little bit. So I'm still a little bit reliant on my air conditioner. But what I have done is what I've been doing lately when I'm on Discord and stuff in general, when I'm using my microphones, is that I'll pull my curtains over the air conditioner so it muffles the sound. So the air conditioning might not be as strong, but it's a lot better than me turning it off. So it's kind of like I get half the benefit and you guys get half the sound, instead of me getting no air and you guys getting the best sound. We know winter's right around the corner, so the colder it is, the more pure the sound can be. And honestly, you guys aren't really going to tell a difference today because I'm sick, you know what I mean? You're just not going to get that level of voice out of me right now, that's all I'm saying. No, I still have my profiles. My range is kind of compressed. I will be upfront about that. I can't go super low, but I can't go super high either. But that's okay. I feel like a naturalistic voice is pretty good today. If anything, it's probably impressive given the fact that I'm sick. But I'll just say this, I've been told so many times in my life, especially by those that have to put up with me when I'm sick, is that when I'm sick, my voice is hot. My voice is goddamn sexy. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is it about my voice becoming a lot more husky that just makes it so goddamn alluring? I'm gonna try not to sound too raspy, but what I mean to say is, rasp and husk are not the same thing. They're very similar, but a husky voice is kind of sexy without sounding like like a hooker, I guess. And if I'm trying to sound raspy and everything like that, it's a very similar profile, but you can tell the personality is different. And that's what I mean. Man, I spent so much time last year using that voice that it's so embarrassing to even go back and look at it. But hey, I don't need to do that anymore. It does mean that I'm gonna get embarrassed when I try to be naturally cute and just play into my girlier charms, but you know, having confidence to let myself be embarrassed is, I guess it's what makes it cute. I think that's probably the cutest part of it, is the awkwardness, the endearingness, the ability to let myself be as free and open as I want to be, and I think that's where the magic is. You know? The magic is in how I do it. Because if I don't make it natural enough, if I don't let it be natural enough, it's just not me. It's just not me. And then it creates a disconnect. Because, it's like I can force a voice, but you guys can tell who I am underneath it, right? And you can tell when there's a little bit of a separation, right? And that's what I mean. A lot of my ASMR last year was a lot of RP focused. Oh, that's not a bad thing. It may not be what I'm wanting to do 24/7. Maybe once in a blue moon, it's like a nice variety, I guess, you know? But if I feel more comfortable just being myself, then I guess I can give up on the RP a little bit. I mean, I'm already a pretty big dork enough. I guess you guys don't really need extra, cringe and dork energy. So I'll give you guys the full extent of my cuteness. How about that? I'll give you guys my 100% and not more than that. Not less than that. And if I give you more than that, then I will make sure it's the natural stuff, the all-natural goodness. What I mean to say is, I won't give you somebody that I'm not. I have to somehow make it an extension of myself. But yeah. Green tea. Also, here's the head pats. Thank you for head pats. Yeah. I just can't get them to work through Twitch anymore, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's a trigger fire thing, but hey. Think about it this way. I can do head pats using the selfie cam. I do have hands. You know? It may be kind of chink, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Welcome in, Core. Welcome in, Core Tier. How are you working today? Let me try that again. Because Core and Cork and War and Work are kind of similar. You can see how I messed up potentially, right? Man, I don't have a good excuse, but yeah. How are you doing today? Okay, I kind of forget. Yeah, I did level up my cuteness a lot since last year. So I guess you guys are gonna get to see all those quirks in the ASMR form. You're gonna get to see my refined, honest self instead of Can we admit my ASMR wasn't bad? It just was different. I'm not trying to pick on myself from a year ago. I guess you could just say I have a little bit of an ego right now. I have a little bit of an ego right now because I understand. I am I am so cute. I am so cute. And yes, it's so embarrassing to say, but it's not gonna stop me. It's like I can have an ego and still get embarrassed about it. It's such a weird juxtaposition. But yeah. Yeah. I will say this as well, in case anybody is expecting a certain little extra stuff. I can blow kisses, but don't expect me to do anything too intimate with the microphone. I kind of feel like that just wasn't my jam back then, and if I do it, I will try to find an avenue for it or an incentivized way of having it done if you guys really desire that. But don't expect it today. Don't try to coax it out of me, because this microphone has about a year of dust on it. And I don't feel like kind of wiping it down just yet. I'm going to give it a good warm-up today by speaking into it and moving it around, and then I will treat it like I usually do after an ASMR stream. I'll give it the good clean. I still got a couple hundred alcohol swabs, so, I do need to use them. Oh yeah, that's another thing that we talked about in the past. Yeah, I forget my vocal range can scare some people off during ASMR hours. But, I am not really too worried about that if I feel the need to be a dork. I'm gonna be a son of a bitch. I'm gonna be a very demented child to you guys, I guess, I don't know. But I will try to be respectful. It's not like I'm gonna drop an F-bomb every 5 seconds using a voice like that. I guess you can say I do at least have a little bit of maturity. But if I don't just want to keep a particular voice, then I'll flex my voice. It's just there's a time and place to flex my voice is what I mean. ASMR is kind of a craft of its own, and unless I make voice swapping my own brand of ASMR, it would be kind of weird just to do it on the fly. Wait a second, is this a... Oh my god, I think I'm autistic. Okay, anyways, I can see the value in, why that... I can... No. No, like, I didn't. I was just being myself, and a year later, now I'm kind of like, oh, wait a second. I wasn't even reading my own atmosphere. Guys, I'm special, okay? I'm special, okay? Hey. At least I understand that now, right? At least I understand that now, right? I guess me having done that in the past is the kind of the same as, at one point somebody came into my stream and was kind of like, I don't think I could do ASMR because I'd scream and yell at you guys every 20-30 minutes for shits and giggles. And I'm just like, oh, wait, what I am doing with voice swap is kind of the same. And unless I communicate in advance that is the ASMR that I'm going to provide, this is why disclaimers exist. I now understand why they're used. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah. So I guess you can see the voice I'm using today is kind of going to be the primary. So it's not like I'm going to try to shift up at some point and try to get into it. Because then that's, showing you guys that I'm forcing myself to be something that I'm not. And trying to show what I can do as a display of skill is just as bad. In other words, I have to set the stage within the first couple of minutes and stick to it. That is also another type of consistency. Man, Holy shit, did I be... Wow, I didn't realize I was... Like, I knew I was autistic. But it's so unreal to, like, figure that out in the first 30 minutes of today's stream. No, guys, I didn't understand any of that back then. I literally did not. Yeah, I was having a talk with a friend yesterday. Because sometimes, you know, we'd have our moments, and sometimes he would tell me, man, you've really not changed. Man, you've made absolutely no change. And, you know, he does that in a way to kind of get me to actualize what I have changed without really being that conscious of it. And when all the bad stuff finally resolves and we kind of have a heart-to-heart aftermath, you know, like the aftermath, the afterglow, the twilight after an argument kind of moment, he then points out things, and I start to feel things, and I start to realize things too, in that, wow, I have made some significant progress in the last year. It almost feels like having stepped down from actively streaming has not just made me a better streamer too, because I sought to be a better person, but it's by becoming a better person, I see how to be a better streamer too, I guess. I see how to better enjoy my own streams. Man, it's so bad just how much of a perfectionist I can be, and how much I have been. So I guess you can say I get a little taste of what's certain to come, because I'm not done leveling up. I've got a lot of, you know, I got a lot more bumps in the road to iron out, but at least I have the courage to make that happen, I guess. Also, welcome in, Vic. Welcome in. I know I went off a little bit on a tangent there. I don't think that's ever gonna change. That is my brand of streaming right there, so it's not like I'm gonna scare you guys off when I do that. I feel like I've done cold the mass majority that wasn't here for that in the first place. I'm consistent with that, yes. But yeah, Mythos, I have to agree with you too. I do feel like, autism, artism, I see similarities. And I do have an interesting sense of artistic value. It may not be the best, and it may not apply to everything. Like, I don't think I have enough art sense to really get back into illustration and drawing. But I seem to have a sense that is applied to different forms of media. And then I should flex into those as I find the desire to do so. And this includes 3D streams, ASMR streams, learning about 3D models and Unity and Blender, and maybe even singing at some point. I certainly have a way to feel what I would call the essence of life, the strings of life, our existence. And I guess you could say I'm like a violinist, in that I can pluck those strings in my own way. And I may not be able to pluck all of them, and I may only be able to see them as strings and not anything else that people see them as. But that's my skill. That's my calling. That's my comfort. And that's the way I wish to see life, and the way that I wish to play it. So yeah, I guess you could say it's like, not everything's gonna change in a way. It's just, I guess, the way I see it, the way I go about it, and everything is ultimately gonna be what changes, yeah. Also, yeah, I'm getting better, guys, though. I'm getting better. And I feel like by next week... Well, I'm not gonna set expectations of it being gone next week. It's just, I feel like because I am getting better, I will be able to perform near proficiency. Never near perfection, because I don't know what my perfection is. It's just, I feel like I am on the road to do my normal streams again next week. And by normal streams, I mean VR chat. I don't know when I'm gonna bring more streams back, but hey, that's also in progress. I hear COVID can last up to 6 weeks sometimes, so anything can happen. What I will say is, I will keep doing my best. I will keep doing my best for you guys. The harp of life. See, why do you think I'm so inconsistent with streams if one thing is wrong? Like, yeah, my OBS is still kind of angry at me. Yeah, I kind of feel like at some point maybe I just need to do a fresh calling. Switch to another streaming platform here at some point. And oh god, I need to cancel my X Premium soon. Hold on guys, I need to see when that date comes up. I do not have $500 to burn on an accident. I don't even know why it needs to be that expensive. Elon Musk, explain. Where do I find my subscription? The next billing site, it's actually $400, which is still close to $500. So the discount that I'm on is probably what's gonna get cancelled. It's also what allows me to stream to Twitter, which isn't the biggest thing. So being able to, you know, sub-stream to YouTube is the primary. That's not going to be lost. But yeah. So probably during the first or second week of October, I'll make sure to cancel the Blue subscription. Besides, I've seen some benefit to it, but I don't think it justifies the cost. It's not like it generates any extra form of revenue, you know what I mean? If it's not going to pay for itself, I'm not going to get it. If it doesn't pay for anything, I don't need it. I got it back when it was like $150 or $180. Last year when it was first coming out, around October, there was getting ready to be like a Black Friday sale on it. So you can get like Twitch or Twitter Premium for like $150 plus or minus $30. I don't remember, but it is going up to $400 after the you know, that discount they laid out last year. It's just after they dropped the price big, they've been hiking the price up every single month, it feels like. That's why I'm like not wanting to bite the bullet when it comes. Osmosis tunes, I've not seen that in so long. You should probably just cancel right now. I mean, yeah, I guess the logic that I just used tells me that it doesn't really need to stay open. But I guess I'll give one little argument in that I guess a little bit of EPing might have some value and maybe I'm underplaying it. Maybe it's doing something that I am not entirely sure if it is doing something, so I may as well wait till the last week before I cancel it. I say it has no benefit, but I don't have a guarantee. Because I am ignorant, I should at least get the most out of my value. As long as I set up a big fat alert so I don't bite the bullet, then that's the main thing, I think. Considering patting the lily is free, that's all I need. I know. It's free with an up cost of sorts, and that is a community effort. So I will say it's free to the individual, but it is not free to the group. You guys know me. I can't really work, and I can't really get disabilities, so I need you guys to take care of me and spoil me plenty, please. You know what I mean? I'll just say that when I need it, then I'll let you guys know if it becomes a bad situation. I kind of accepted that I'll be using the vast majority of what we raised this year for my anniversary as kind of a sunk cost for keeping the stream afloat and not having to ask you guys for money constantly to keep those goals, because if it's taken so long to get those goals across, then I have two options. I could be what I would feel guilty doing and what I've seen other VTubers do, and that's constantly ask for money after getting a bunch of money because they don't want to let go of those things, and it feels kind of scummy, and I'm not going to judge them for that, but I don't feel the need to do that. I don't need the fanciest things in the world. And I think you guys also feel the same way. Let me know if I'm wrong. What I'll say is, if there's anything that has ever been funded, redeemed, or something that you had expectations of, please let me know. I would like to work on a middle ground at the bare minimum. But I feel like if the main thing is me being here, then I feel like putting those costs that we raise towards me continuing to be here would be the priority of sorts. And I know I'm a little bit hypocritical because I probably didn't learn my lesson just yet on impulse when I ended up getting the headset. Because, well, I guess there still is more to that, because my necessity for being in VR chat, I feel like my immersion has warranted itself a necessity that I guess I need to do better about avoiding the impulse. And I probably should have talked about it with you guys more. I felt like, oh god, if I can't keep up with the VR chat streamers and this is all I want to do and all I end up doing, and I need this for so many things, my own emotions, you guys, the future of my stream, I should still communicate that with you guys. And what I'm saying is that's what I think I felt on, so I apologize for making a hasty decision. Well, maybe not a hasty decision, but I apologize for not chatting it out with you guys first. I do have the authority to do it, but it's still in my best interest to talk to you guys about things first. I guess you could say I'm learning a little bit more about communication lately, which is why this is coming to mind in retrospect. I feel like every month I learn something new about life and as a person that is gonna end up having its own impacts on my stream. Which is a good thing, because you guys are important to me, and maybe my actions thus far haven't communicated that as much as I would want them to do. I didn't have the skills, the awareness, and I guess the maturity to understand that just yet. But I'm learning, and I am doing my best, and as those come up, expect me to communicate them with you guys. So I will say, I've kind of, I would say at least half of what we raised has definitely gone to living. Some of the redeems haven't met. I've not posted the hot VR thing for the summer, Kofi thing, because, I'll be honest, I thought Hot was going to post them himself. So I need to find time to do that, maybe on Friday. But there are some things that I am trying to, like, I'm doing what I can not to cull things. If it gets to a point that I'm going to cull something, then I will let you guys know. I have been upfront about that thus far, at least. It's just what I have felt to do is maybe be upfront about it ahead of time. Because it's not just my stream, it's our stream, and it doesn't matter if I have the authority and I know it's the best thing to do. It's how I communicate that it's the best thing to do. What I'm saying is this may not change very much at all. But it's still on me to be upfront about it. And not do it after the fact. So, I'll go through later. It's been a while since I've reevaluated that list, and when you throw a big chunk of money at a headset, and then realize that, guys, I'm probably going to have to fork up an extra $30 or $50 on something that's going to cost $130 already, because fuck tariffs. God damn it, Trump. Because I'm going to need a babble. The headset that's coming in is not going to have face tracking, and I assume that it's just going to be like $100 plus tax and stuff. Apparently they ship from the UK. Shit. Apparently the UK pays like a 50% tariff right now. Shit. That means I'm gonna be paying twice as much as I need to for what I need. So, yeah. There isn't really a option in the US for face tracking. I mean, I might be able to get a Vive tracker of sorts to like work with the Beyond, but that might get into custom 3D printing, and I don't have a 3D printer. I don't know how to get those mounts. I might have to talk to another person to get it to me if I went with a Vive tracker, so I still need to look at my options too, but I'm gonna have to come up with about maybe $200 for that out of what we have. So, let's be honest about the big one that needs to be cut, probably. This is not a promise, but this is an idea that I kind of have. You guys know I've been taking 3D modeling a little bit more seriously, and I get it, most of it has been on shader work lately. But I am communicating it with probably my closest of friends right now that I see it as a realistic option, I have a desire, and I want to put more of my time in learning 3D models, not for myself, but for those closest to me, them that I'm communicating it with, and to you guys to an extent too. I did something kind of interesting lately, and I guess you guys know, I do some funny design, wink wink stuff on the side, wink wink, and I try to turn one of those ideas into I guess a product within VRChat. And while I don't really want to show it off right now, because I don't know how it's going to respond to the camera and stuff, I created a version of it of sorts, trying to get it as accurate as I could for what it was worth. It was on a KIPFEL base, but I'm just like, wow, that's interesting. And I did do some minor edits in Blender to get out the parts that I needed to, because now I can see how I can work with pre-made assets and cut them down, reshape them, retexture them if I need to. And it's like, wait a second, this is kind of a milestone, and maybe even with the shader stuff, I'm getting closer and closer. So hear me out. I don't think I'm going to look at getting a 3D model commissioned for our Switchblade design. However, with enough time, allow me to try to create that 3D model, even if it's not a full custom, in my own way. Allow me to take the responsibility to create something as good, if not better, with the skills that I seek to acquire in the time that you guys are providing me. Does that sound like it would be a good idea? Does that sound like it'd be a better solution? That way I can continue to buy more time to be here, to provide a safer life, a comfortable life, a more healthy life, to be here on stream for you guys, more so than just throwing a ton of money at a model and ultimately having you guys probably fork the bill for what I need to keep going too. You know what I mean? And otherwise, if I can't make something satisfactory, then I'll keep working even harder to make it satisfactory. So I'll take on the responsibility and the costs that have been shouldered and get stuff done myself. It's also, I've been seeing a lot of jank from 3D modelers, and the costs just do not warrant the work. And if you guys were to say no to me, I value honesty. Please let me know if anybody disagrees, especially those of you who have contributed more financial assistance than others. I do have options. There are middle grounds that I can offer as Plan C's and D's. So it's not like I'm saying, okay, I'm taking over, fuck you guys. No, I need you to communicate with me too, now that I'm communicating about this with you guys. You could say I might have a friend or two if need be. I do think it's in our best interest to let me do it, but I am still bound by contract to you guys. It is my obligation to communicate this with you guys. As for the other things that I've left to go out and fund, there's 2 artworks that are 100% not going to get cut. I owe them to a very generous supporter, and I will seek to getting them done. At least the art itself. One of the artists I'm trying to bank on I think he's gone full corporate, and I don't think I'm ever going to get the chance that I wanted to offer. And it was probably my fault for thinking I was going to have that chance and making an assumption, so I'll satisfy that in my own way. There are some smaller things that I'm probably going to end up cutting. I don't think we're so desperate for emotes that I need to get them done. I won't let go of the ideas. When I say cut, I mean they might be postponed. We'll have another chance to fund things. And I'll go from there. If I get to a point to where it does feel like I'm hurting on something, if something does feel like a necessity, I'll at least talk about it with you guys. That way I don't take in more than I need, but I take in enough to be here comfortably. Bare minimum, I have to avoid me going out there and getting a job, removing myself from even having the chance to be here. That's the priority. If it's not the priority, let me guys know. At the end of the day, I am still a product to you guys. But I feel and I hope that I'm more than that. And you guys, even if I trust you to say that you're not, it's still also your responsibility to let me know that too. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to act on it as such. Because that's the hand that I at least reach out to you guys. It's a hand of love and compassion because that's what you've been giving me. And I want to treat it with utmost respect and care. Because I really am grateful to you guys. The hair physics are pretty nice on this one. I don't know if these are the defaults, but this is a Melfi base. And the reason I'm using this today is because I've been turning eye blink off on a lot of my models for either custom expressions, animations, or eventual eye tracking. So not many of my models can close my eyes with the webcam. I either use expressions or functions within VR chat to make that possible, and when I'm on desktop like this, that's not the way it goes. Do what makes sense, or most sense for you ultimately. I'll always help to what extent that I can, and all I can say is that I can pretty well guarantee a semi-regular workload on model work. Oh yeah! I need to poke you about one thing about the one potential commission. Because there's one thing that I learned that could be possible based on the description you gave me, and one part that won't be possible. So I'll give you the full details on that later. Thank you for reminding me. But I guess that is another thing to you, people that do use VR chat. Funny enough, me getting good at 3D stuff, 3D modeling, and getting more adept at that does mean you, people that are interested in commissioning me for that, or seek me out for model work, are just gonna have better opportunities ultimately. So the support could also come as an extension of work too. You know what I mean? So I guess that is one avenue that I didn't quite mention just yet, because I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, a lot of getting good at 3D stuff is ultimately to my own benefit and my friend's benefit, but it does come with a realistic option of taking on commissions and doing some side gigs. Because I do want to relieve the burden if possible, but ultimately, I'm going to give you guys what you guys want as much as possible. And if you guys just end up spoiling me to high heavens, then that means I don't have to do the side gigs if I don't feel the need to. I'll just do them as an extension of, I want to do this. And that's usually the case. I'm still free to reject stuff, and if that ever happens, I will be honest. Fortunately, I've not had an issue that makes me say no to a project. I believe somebody would have to try to get me to want to say no. You know. So the idea is, yes, I do want to be a spoiled little princess. But that doesn't mean I want to become a pillow princess that can't do shit. I like to create. Why else am I a streamer? I have my own artistic avenues and endeavors. I just have to do work on balancing, because I can't let my streams go. If I value them that much, then I need to at least do the once a week that I've been doing, or do a little bit more if I can and want to. So basically, I'm just working to flex myself as an individual, and you guys are getting to see that window, you know, my life through that window of sorts. Me making time for you all, me making time for my friends and my loved ones. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm here to embrace the connection that I have to you guys. I'm here to create. I'm here to be a dork. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get affection. I'm here to be loved. And I'm here to love too. Maybe not to every single person. I'm not a people pleaser. But hey, at least I can create something that's enjoyable, right? Something that you guys can enjoy vicariously. I'm an entertainer. I am an English is hard. I'm an entertainer. So I guess I'm gonna get back to doing what I do best. Thank you for my TED Talk. I know I went serious mode, but it was a serious conversation. So, let's try to at least spend the next hour comfy cozy. If I only go for 2 hours today, it's because I am still sick. I'm not gonna push myself. But if I can go 3 hours, I will. But you guys are gonna get at least another hour out of me, okay? Yeah, this is still an ASMR stream. And because it's an ASMR stream, I haven't forgotten the powers that I have. I am just a little rusty. But that doesn't mean that I've forgotten everything. That doesn't mean that I've forgotten everything at all. No, you can see I might have even leveled up my prowess. I am still as much of a dork, and I probably am a little bit more of a dork, but I'm not gonna hold back on being cutesy. Okay? I'm not gonna be holding back on being cutesy. I know I'm cute. I know I'm cute. So, yeah. I'm gonna make sure you guys get to know that too. I have confidence. I am a confident individual. I do have to avoid getting overconfident, and just because I'm confident doesn't mean I'm gonna be shy. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be embarrassed and flustery and all over the place. It might mean that I'm less nervous though. It might mean that I stutter just a little bit less. I might still run over my sentences because I do have ADHD, but I have learned to, stop and catch my breath a bit better. I am still chatty. I'm just better about being chatty now. I've learned how to be a little bit more efficient, I guess you could say. You know? Hydrate. Let me get that for you. Also, thank you, Jen. Also, I'm so sorry. Assuming, I didn't stretch either. Wow, I am... well, at least ADHD is in my branding. Let me do these one by one, okay? God, I think stretching with the VR chat desktop camera is the most jank of my stretching. Thank you for stretchies. Oslogen. Head bounce. Thank you, Squeaky Gonzalez. Also, how have you been, by the way? I think I completely forgot to ask. As well as anybody else that just happened to join. And then I'll hydrate for a wizard. Thank you for the hydration. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me catch up on you guys now. Well, I see like those that don't support financially still have some say. Because think about it, if you're all to be like hypothetically the only ones left at some point somehow, the burden will, well, not the burden, like the responsibility, your input. So the honest matter of the fact is, the weight that you have may not be as much, but I still value you dearly. Even if that sounds like a weird juxtaposition of words. But as a streamer, as a business that supports my livelihood and ability to eat and stay healthy as I can be, then you understand why I have to give a bit more weight to those that do. So it's an unfair advantage, but it's not such an unfair advantage that I'm gonna ignore you. That's me being responsible about it. Because I feel like those supporting me financially don't want me to give them all the weight. Because they might not have all the direction. They just might want to see me be me. And they might need you guys to help out. We're a family. We're a community. We're in this together. So we all have weight, even if it's not as much. It is a shared responsibility. One of the things that I like to do is tailor any work that I request to the person that I am requesting from. The avatar work that I want to give you is what I think you'll enjoy. And other stuff goes to those who enjoy different types of model work. Same with art commissions. I can respect that a lot, actually. Because you also think of the creator's well-being, too. You think of their own enjoyment, too. You're already thinking about finding a middle ground with them. That way you get what you want, they get what they want, and both sides are becoming satisfied and helped in the process. That's what I would call a very valued customer that is also a friend, too. Like, that's repertoire. That's just good relationships. That's going above and beyond just it being a business transaction. I think that's important for something that is gonna be a regular or just, I don't know, it's like being friends with your artist, I guess. It's like being roommates of sorts, but not necessarily. You are not a people pleaser. Lies. You please plenty. I mean, it has a certain context. To please someone and being a people pleaser is a completely different thing. I know I can please you guys, but I don't need to become a people pleaser to please you guys. You know what I mean? People pleasing is it's a very negative context kind of thing. It's like people who have no, I guess, core personality. I don't mean cores, I mean C-O-R-E. People that don't have enough of an internal locus of satisfaction, internal desires themselves, and only seek to the benefit of others. And it's, I don't know, it's weird. I know I can't be that much of a people pleaser when I'm pretty upfront about my own selfish desires when I need to be. Here to be taken to the Sleepy Junction, then you're in the right spot, yeah. I am in a bit of a chatty mode, but I am still in ASMR mode. It's good to see you again, Pancake. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in. As far as plans for Halloween go, when does Halloween fall next month? Like, I got a few ideas, and I don't know if there will be any that I actualize on. It looks like Halloween falls on a Friday this month. So I guess that means that me and the chocolate group, the chocolate group, are going to be doing a Halloween thing this year. Yeah, funny enough, the year that I joined them, it's time for Halloween on a Friday. Otherwise, we probably would have done a Halloween thing if it wasn't, but so I don't know about hosting my own thing, but I'll probably be doing a Halloween thing with my chocolate friends. Now, there is a desire to do some kind of model idea. I know time's of the essence, and while I don't have a full vision just yet, let's say if I can try a harder project. Do something like I have done with the Kipfel that I just recently worked on. And then try to make a Halloween idea with the same skill set, kind of, or kind of treat it as an experiment and then learn from it. Then I might try to, do an exercise and get out a Halloween idea. If I don't, then I'll probably just enjoy Halloween for the sake of it. So I don't think I'll do anything grandiose. But this exercise would tell me if I can start on the thing that I need to do for you guys. Because the kip building is like a level 1 exercise. I got it done except for weight painting and a couple of TLC updates to it. Level 2 would be to work on the Halloween idea that I kind of have a rough idea for already. It would be a little more complex, the design is a bit more freeform, and is going to take more work to conceptualize. And because it's not going to be on a Kipfel base, I'm going to have to edit from a full body composition. And if I can succeed at that, then I think a custom Switchblade edit or an edit with Switchblade's colors would be like a level 3 or even a level 4 thing. And maybe I'm exaggerating because it feels like it's far away, but I feel like I could see all of the nuances if I was forced to do it. So if I knock out a level 2 exercise, then I'd want to start working on the Switchblade stuff and get my best kind of edit, and it'll be like a mix of pre-made assets too. I'm not at a level where I can make my own body topology. I mean, that'll be a work in progress in and of itself. I do plan to learn that. But I don't think it's going to be a requirement to get you what you guys need and want, and what I need and want to be happy. So, I might have an idea for Halloween. So I'll see if I can work on that. Aside from a potential model edit, a hangout that I'll be moderating for, I don't have any other plans just yet. But, there's a day or two leading up to Halloween that, just happens to be stream day. I stream Wednesdays. I might try to do a little bit of a Halloweeny stream then. Not it being on Halloween, but I might have like a Halloween week plan. Maybe. I'll think about it. Halloween is still about a month and a half away, so I don't have ideas just yet. Speaking of the group, do I just join it on you or VR chat? If you're looking to try to join the group specifically, you would just be able to find it through VR chat. It's not a group that you have to request to join. You just click on the join button like any other open public VR chat group. You don't have to have a chocolate to join. It is a chocolate fan club at the end of the day. But yeah, as far as getting into the Discord, if you get into the group, the Discord link is also within the group. In other words, just seek out the group and you shall find everything. It does not take an invite, it is public facing. So it's not invite only, no. It's public facing. The Discord is also public facing. Oh, you have the next 2 days off, Pancake? Let's go! Yay! Comfy times ahoy! Are you gonna do anything during that time off? Are you gonna focus on relaxing? You gonna go anywhere? Projects, plans, ideas, and stuff like that? Man, I think I am all chatted out. Let's focus on... I'm gonna focus on you guys. I'll chat with you guys. And then I'll mix in my own... cute sounds on top of that, okay? I guess there's one thing you can say, even compared to last year, even though I'm sick, I probably sound cuter than I was last year, huh? Even if my voice isn't as high, too. It's just, I think the way that I talk is, you know, it's embodying a certain level of energy that is just my natural form, and I guess that is to say that, I'm pretty cute on and under the surface. You know? God, I'm gonna have such a dorky laugh at the end of the day because of it. It's like an embarrassed ego of sorts. Cause it's like, yeah, I know I'm cute. But it's like, man, this is embarrassing to say. It's not gonna stop me, but it's like, spoil me, okay? I'm doing my best. Not just for you guys, but for myself too. Assumptions are not always good to make. That's something I learned many years ago. Expectations are another thing to learn to avoid, and that one's harder. But learning that assumptions are not that great. Is that oats and goats? Jeez. It's not, but I'm just like, huh? I don't think I'm making that face IRL, but I guess that's the best face that I can kind of make where I am right now. Yeah, my face, expressivity it's a little bit limited right now, I understand that. When I have more energy, believe me, you guys will get more expressiveness, you guys will get better experiences when I'm able to provide it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm still doing my best. Oh my god, Zach! It's been a while, how have you been? Welcome in, welcome in. What you been up to lately? How's it been? How long ago has it been exactly? You guys ever have a little bit of drop just somehow sneak out while you're taking a sip? And because a little bit of liquid just happened to touch the edge of your lip, you can't drink without the drink running outside your mouth. I love when that happens. I have soiled my tank top a little bit with my tea. Drinks are weird sometimes. I know the reason as to why that happens. It's a result of polarity with water molecules creating a gravitational pull or a molecular pull. It's, you know, it's an anatomical thing. The molecules and the electrons are pulling on each other. She spilled the tea. I'm sorry, I'm a guy. I'm still gonna do that thing, though. Daga otoko da. But I'm a guy. Uh-huh. I am premium otokomako. I have a... you know, I look like a girl, but I'm a boy. If you're gonna call me a girl, please take me out to dinner first. Well, I gotta go now. See ya. Bye bye. I'll see you again then. Till next time. Till next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. You guys get to put up with one hell of a dork, you know what I mean? You guys get to put up with one adorable little creature. La creatura. I feel like it's fine to call myself a creature. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's okay to be cringe sometimes. It's okay to be cringe, Mr. Krabs. Sometimes you need to get outside your shell. The pretty Princess Louie. Yes, I am an adorable princess. I make a pretty good princess for a boy. Aww. Thank you for being so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the 50s. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It does. It makes me happy. It keeps me going and helps me take care of myself. It helps me get the stuff that I need to make a better experience for you guys too. And guys, it just directly goes into my happiness veins, you know, right? This is the injection that I need. It's sublime, the green stuff, even if it's not a creative color. I do adore green too. I do adore green. Man, I can't sing right now. As much as I want to, guys. It's so funny. When I got sick, literally the day before, it's like, guys, I feel comfortable. I want to go on a singing exercise, exportium, or whatever it is. And it's like, man, I can't sing right now. My sickness won't let me. And I'm just like, I can't get the craving out. I can't get the craving out. Yeah. Giving the some fox some love as I do. Have you noticed, guys, ever since I allowed myself to be a bit cringe and embarrassed, I struggle a lot less with the kind of kind of like sounds. I feel like back then I was so nervous about them and so try-hardy that they were very cringe, they were very unnatural, and Even though I'm sick, you can tell like I do a better job about letting them out now, right? It's so different about just I don't know, just not being scared to make a very girly sound. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't, I mean, I guess I do take some aspects from those that I'm around. I'd be lying if there wasn't some inspiration from those that I spend time with, and I guess we all know who to thank for that too, huh? It's just I'm mixing my own energy into my inspiration. I do things my own way. Yeah. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. You do seem more confident lately. Yeah, I feel more confident too. I kind of feel like it's just a little bit of everything as to why I don't think there's any singular cause. But I guess the confidence does also come from trying not to be a perfectionist. Trying to let go of expectations. Trying to let go of the bars that I'd set subconsciously for myself. So, I don't know. I don't know what the secret sauce was, but yeah. I'm just... God, I'm so cute. I just became so much cuter when I became more confident. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. You think of getting confident as, I now have balls of steel and I am ready to defeat my enemy. It's like, no, I became confident, so I became a very cute princess boy. With fox ears and all sorts of cute little accessories and just wink wink, kiss kiss, spoil me more. No, not really, but you know what I mean. I can dare to be cringe now. And in a way that's not cringe. Like, there's a big difference between being cringe that's cringe and being cringe that's fun, comfortable. You guys get the joke when I do it now instead of me like... You guys remember when I used to be so random? It's hard for me to do that anymore. I would have to intentionally tap into a nervous, unconfident energy that's just like, okay, what do I do? A funny joke about colors entering the atmosphere, and the atmosphere makes a cookie, and just like, man. I don't know. But if we're gonna talk about cookies, I'd make a pretty good topping, wouldn't I? I might be a bit too sweet for you guys, I'll be honest. I might not be sugarcoating anything now, but I am pretty high in glucose, high in carbohydrates, high in that extra concentrated corn syrup. I have to make sense of my own jokes, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, if I don't, you guys aren't going to be able to digest it. You guys are going to get a tummy ache. Yeah, a little over 3 years. Wizzy, you're definitely one of the OGs. Whether you're OG or not, I welcome you all, and I love you all dearly. Have confidence. I shall. And I shall get through this sickness. And it will not come at the price of me and my voice and my alluring... I don't know. The stuff that makes me cute? Question mark? I guess you guys can kind of understand that part of the secret sauce is, I've become a lot more girly too. But it's not that I hadn't been before, it's more like I've become more comfortable with that, I guess, or... how do I put this? it's like I'm allowing myself instead of forcing myself because I didn't know how, or just, I don't know. Something inside this skull of mine figured something out, and the way I went about being girly, it just changed. It's like, I guess when I stopped having to make girl a part of myself, that just made it easier to just be myself, question mark. I guess the reality is I really wasn't gender fluid, was I? And maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe that's what the problem was. Who knows? The problem is just trying to be something that I'm not, and that was probably the mistake. But then after getting past that is also comfortableness in becoming something that doesn't define my labels. I guess I have to go above and beyond the labels too, and that is a different skill to be learned. And I do think I think I've been successful in acquiring that, you know? This is part of why I don't like labeling myself at all. I thought I did such a good job with not doing so. If anything, you guys would probably find it uncharacteristic or surprised if I was to say that I did label myself. But have you guys not noticed something? Over time, certain things might disappear. You guys probably won't find pronouns as often, or maybe in a joking way, like in VR chat. My pronouns are fox/boy. One, because I like making a joke of the fact that I'm a boy, and two, I don't want to use he, him because I find that to be ultimately cringe. I ultimately don't care what pronoun I'm given to. Just be ready for me to be a brat about it. I will be a brat about having a lower half that has a pair and a bit of punch behind it. Or something like that. You're certainly on that creature grind set. Welcome in, Star Cat. Catty. My pronunciation is not my strong suit, but welcome in, Star. But yeah, I guess if labeling could have ever entered my my perception at some point in the past, I guess it did what a creature, what it was attempting to do, and I guess the more that I got past it, it might have been that I had to learn how to become labelless. And maybe that was the skill set that I didn't have. And all I could do was force myself into a label even though I didn't want to wear one or admitted to having them. I've learned to be myself, and that's a difficult thing to do. So, welcome back? Question mark. Welcome back, Oshijin-sama. Are you ready for punishment? I don't know what that entails, but I just, I have those bratty impulses sometimes. It's like, call me a good girl, and, you don't pay attention to my lower half or anything. Maybe I'll just slap you with it at some point, put you in your place. Make you call me a pretty girl, and then be like, but I'm a guy. And I'm gonna make sure you remember that. I will embed this sight into your eyes for the rest of your life. Or I don't know, I'm being silly. I don't know, some part about me just like, man, I'd like to smack a person down with my bulge. It's as a comical thing, as a sense of satire. You aren't supposed to weaponize those things, but hey, that's my kind of brat energy. I don't know my own place. I want to use it as a weapon. I want to use it as a weapon. Brat or not, you're still one of the coolest people that I know, Lily. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yeah, in case I haven't enough or haven't already, thank you once again, Core, for all the support. I really appreciate it. It's been helping me every bit of the way. I'll certainly make it all your always worthwhile. You know I will. You know I will. Yeah. So thank you so much once again, because this helps me get past the emotional burn of having to deal with tariffs. Because I don't know what that was gonna do to my mental space, and ultimately I probably wouldn't able to I would have been able to man up, make the decision, place an order, even if it's slightly reluctantly, and just I can do it comfortably now. I don't have to worry about it as much. So yeah. Even if it's not to that only, I mean, it's kind of spaced around everything. It contributes to a pool that I use for everything else, so I mean, yeah. It really does help. Wee. I take it easy, my dolls. Bye bye. Take it easy, okay? I hope we have a nice, cool upcoming season. Me too. Speaking of season, next season of anime is gonna have One Punch Man. I can't wait. I've been a little bit behind on some anime, but I'll catch up eventually, but yeah. I'm looking forward to the cooler seasons. As you guys know, like a few days ago, summer roared back in and it's like 87, 88 degree weather again during the afternoon. It sucks. And my sinuses definitely didn't appreciate it, because I'm still getting over COVID. But hey, the end is near, as they say. The end is most definitely near. And when it does, less issues with sinuses, less issues with allergies, less issues with airs, less death by heat stroke. And yeah, I can kind of go from there. I kind of feel like the more I manage myself, and guys, I wouldn't even be surprised if my emotions might also contribute to emotional intolerance. Because let me be honest, I forgot that I do have my air conditioner tied up behind the curtains, so it's less effective while being less quieter. I just looked at the thermostat in my room. It's going over 80 degrees right now. Fortunately, the humidity is on the lower end, but like I'm still wearing my track jacket, and I can take that off if it gets too hot, but it doesn't feel like I'm pushing myself right now. I kind of wish I had this little handheld thermometer last year, because I remember when I would get near heat stroke sickness while trying to do ASMR without any of my fans turned on. So I guess we're getting to that point. It's just, I need to get better about one thing, and I know my friend has helped me do this a lot, and I'm gonna exercise it on stream, even though I already know this very well. Guys, if I ever get to a point where it feels like I'm going to end up pushing and causing myself problems later, or I'm forcing myself to stream sick and that could make me sicker, or if I can understand there's a risk of heat-related illness ahead of time, I'm gonna try to do a responsible thing and either set a limit or try not to even to stream that day. Just don't even put myself in the position of something going wrong. I will be a lot more responsible from now on, probably as a result of being more aware, being more cautious, just learning about how to be more mature, and just, man, maybe it's not maturity. You guys know I am already pretty mature, and that doesn't mean I'm perfectly mature. I still see room to grow, and I'm gonna grow. But it could be that my awareness is what's been leveling up the most, and I do think it's a pretty good benefit. I do think it's a really good benefit. AC's tied up? It should have been me. Does that mean you're into bondage, Victor? Hey, does that mean you're into she-body? Are you looking at it get tied back, and just strapped up on the rope on top of my rooftop? You know, can we smack on you like a piñata? Gonna smack you like a pinata and go bang, 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 bang. Ah, right in the nutsack. Look at all the candy. Okay, maybe not that girl, but like, I'm a bit of a tease. I might be a little sadistic sometimes.
Do you guys remember when I would used to use the word sadistic?
And because there was a time when Lily definitely did that. I definitely remember the days of me constantly saying saddest. This is a sadism thing to, like, no, it's sadism, you dumb little fox. It's sadism, not sadism. Don't be sad. Be sadistic. Get in the rope, Shinji-kun. Oh my god. Yeah, tie him up to a robot. Mm-hmm. And drag his ass straight into outer space. Yeah, the red rope of fate, am I right? The red string of fate just happens to be Shibari. Also, I am so sorry I missed my chance earlier. Jigoba, thank you so much for the follow earlier and welcome on into the channel. Hey guys, I didn't even do an introduction today. I'm kind of a failure, aren't I? Sadness, I can't even introduce my own streams. Nah, man, I am a goofball. Allow me to rectify myself. Hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Whatever time it happens to be for you. I am Lily Moetsuki, and I am the fox on the screen. And sometimes that means I made a screamer. Make you scream, I guess. Don't count on me doing that today. My voice is not cut out for it. I am an amateur voice actor, a small artist, and a variety content streamer. I can be very silly pilled, and goddamn, I am very girly. I seem like a girl, but I am a boy, and I'm comfortable having my penis. So, you're gonna get that level of humor from me. That's my kind of branding. If you get a dick joke or two, yeah, I'm such a brat about. I'm such a brat about being very girly. More girly than a lot of people on this planet. I am confident in just how much of a girl I've become. While still being a boy, of course. Yeah, I am a chap. I am a femboy. I am a feminine boy. I don't need a label. What I'm just saying is I am X, Y, and I am not afraid to show you that I like calling myself a boy too. You know, it's not like I need it, but it's like, man, I like having a penis. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't give it up for the world. It's a part of what makes me cute. You know? I think they're cute. I think they're adorable. I think they're so goddamn cute when they're shaven too. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll change subjects because now's not the time for that. I treaded the line safely enough to introduce my humor. Did you see what I did there, chat? I gave a lot more about myself instead of just verbatim. This is what I need to do for an introduction. I need to give you a part of just how much of a dork I am. You know, or otherwise I'm just gonna sound like another YouTuber, another VTuber, and I might wear the skin of a VTuber, but I am Lily Moetsuki. Before I'm a VTuber, I'm Lily. You can call me Lily. And if you're close enough, you might be able to call me other things too. But, I'm watching you. I give you the finger. I give you the finger. Pa, 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 pa. Do you guys know the story of Pluck the Yew? Do you guys know the story of Pluck the Yew? Like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told the story when I was in the 5th grade. In 5th grade, I was in grade school, and my teacher just found it in her English teacher, kind of, a bit of a nutcase. It just happened to be like, okay, one day, guys, students, listen up. You're old enough now. I'm gonna teach you about swear words and adult words, and you're gonna have to be responsible in using them and not using them. And I'm just here to tell you at least what they are to understand. And then she would go on to tell the story of plucking the U. Our forefathers that took over this country to spread democracy in this disgusting thing called capitalism. Witten killed a bunch of Indians and took over the land, and... Oh, wait, no, that happened before our kind. I'm talking about the British. That's a different story. I'm talking about after the British. We started the Civil War. We threw a bunch of tea into the ocean, which is kind of a goddamn waste. And then we went around and shot a bunch of Brits and stuff like that. I don't remember how the story goes, but apparently the story was, the gun that they used, the muskets, you know? Those guns are made out of yew trees. The type of wood that they used or whatever the hell. And plucking the yew was an analogy or a metaphor for pulling the trigger, or pulling some sort of mechanism on this musket. So they would march around, back in those days, putting their middle finger in the air, as a march of liberty and independence. Pluck the yew! Pluck the yew! This was the birth of the middle finger. We gave the middle finger to the British. And somehow, the context would change over, like 100 years, maybe 200 years. However much time happened to pass, that became, you know, the F word. It became the bird. Funny, right? The bird, a bird that lives in a tree. Wink, wink. I wonder where it came from, the bird. Anyways, so yeah, they had to explain that story to explain why the middle finger means the F word. And the entire time she was giving the story, and she would say the F word, or show the middle finger, or say another swear word and try to teach us about it. I have a big sense of humor. I laugh at dark jokes. I love dark humor. I can't say any on stream because you guys would be like, okay, Lily, you can be edgy elsewhere, and I will be edgy elsewhere. You might have to get me know well enough, but I'll save that comment for off stream. But because I have a weird sense of humor and I'm gonna laugh at some of those swear words, or I can be a little bit immature about it, but while still being respectful about it. I was punished as a kid for laughing. Because I just had a sense of humor that nobody else did. So my teacher looked at me as like, I'm giving you one more chance. If you laugh again at one of these swear words, I am kicking you out of my classroom. I'm autistic. They didn't have room for autism and ADHD. I laughed at the next word, and I was kicked out of the classroom. Fortunately, all these words I would end up hearing anyways from kids, in movies, the internet. I kind of felt like this conversation was a little bit redundant. I felt like it wasn't even their responsibility to do this. It was just really funny. I didn't cry. In fact, I was probably laughing the whole time while waiting. I basically got to, spin outside in the hall and just take a chill pill. Live it up, edgelord. Live it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a weird kid. I've always been a weird kid. So I just felt like sharing you guys a story from my childhood. Ugh, man. I'm being sick, not the friendliest of things, I guess. The water must have tasted good so far. I mean, I wonder what salty sea tea water would taste like. Maybe it needs a smidge of honey. I don't know. But yeah. Man, our forefathers are some weird people, weren't they? I do think our forefathers were definitely some interesting individuals. I need to check something real quickly. Hold on. I'm wondering if, did I leave one of my settings turned off by accident? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Oh. Surprise, surprise. I was just making sure if my ambient occlusion was on or off. So yeah, I know it's weird to be doing ASMR in not the deep hours of the night. I know it's weird to just be doing it on the fly. But hey, I felt like it'd be pretty fun, and I guess you guys could tell I had a lot more conversation than ASMR focus. That might not have been my intentions, but I'm still pretty sure it's consistent with me as a person. Honestly, I kind of feel like I could have actually just done a chatting stream. I didn't even think about that. Hey, you got a little bit of everything, like an everything bagel. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little while since I've seen it, Everything All at Once. I'm kind of tempted to watch it again sometime. You know, it's because sometimes you're gonna pick up something that you didn't catch the second time around, and even the third time around. It happens all the time. And sometimes you can do it right away, too. You can also do it after a long period of time. There's always something to learn, there's always something to take away, because I feel like any impact the media you consume has on you, once you've seen it, it changes you forever. You just won't know the extent, and you might not know right away. And because it changes you as a person, when you watch it again, you're seeing it as a different person. Don't forget that. There's value in watching something again. It might not be the most appealing thing. It may not be the immediate desire. But when, I guess you could say years ago, maybe even as a kid, because I feel like even now I'm just getting more and more interested in not minding the rewatching aspect. Because I'm learning that my experience of what it is that I consume is best with others. There's value in sharing a moment, in sharing an experience, and the conversations that go on during it. If anything, having seen it like once before by everyone that's watching it again, it creates even more flexibility for everyone to communicate while the movie's going on. In other words, I see a lot more value in rewatches these days than I used to. But I guess I can see that because of that acquired taste, rewatching stuff for myself is it's kind of not the best. It's kind of not the best. I'm very much growing a desire for watching stuff with those that I'm closest to or something like that. But it means I won't shy away from watching stuff on my own. I might not get as much out of it, but there's times where I'm gonna have to watch something on my own. And there may be stuff that I am only able to learn by watching something by myself. That's the way I see it, at least. So then how do you guys feel about it? How do you go about watching your movies? How do you go about your rewatches? What sort of experiences do you create or hope to derive from the experience? There's a few stuff that I'm still watching, like Sailor Moon, Wow, that's an old one. That's such a classic. I finally found a friend that I can drag along to watch Gintama with again. And while we've only gotten through the first 6 episodes, I know I'm gonna have to ultimately decide, do I really want to watch it that bad that it ends up impeding on other time that I could be prioritizing? And it's like, I guess I am gonna have to give that up. Maybe. I'll talk with someone about it, but at least I have a friend to watch Gintama when I can't handle not watching Gintama. It's just, I really would like to experience it again, because I think I watched Gintama, the first big chunk of like 400 something episodes, within a year. And then of course the rest I'd have to finish as it came out. And as you guys know, once it hit a certain point, Gintama would be like 13 episodes a year. There'd be breaks. And then we'd have to wait like a year or two for the final movie to come out. So, to make everything all come together, I kind of feel the need to rewatch something that I consider to be the greatest thing that I've ever watched. It's just the bulk of it. It might be problematic. It can't be easily digested by those that won't go and digest it. So maybe I need to reevaluate what is my favorite anime. Maybe it's like, what is my favorite long anime and what is my favorite short anime? Because I would like to recommend something I guess is my emotion that can be shared and easily digested. I guess I need to avoid valuing something so much that can't be shared. Maybe that's the problem. Or find somebody that can share that experience, that emotion with me. Maybe that's why I'm like really feeling the need to get somebody to watch Gintama with me when I have free time for it. Let's see. What's the first anime movie that made a massive impact on you as a child? For me, it was Back to the Future and Pokemon. Oh, that's really interesting. Don't need no money. Don't need a train. Yeah, I get it. I won't sing. Hold on. I'm starting to feel the heat. I need to take off my track jacket. Oh, it's getting a little hot. But not too hot. You know what I mean? Back to the Future was a good one. I kind of feel like I don't have a one movie big impact. But maybe I have some series that are impacts. It's just I'd really have to think about them. Because I don't think I keep a list that I can refer to. But I know they exist. I know I have seen something and walked away feeling like this left a mark on me. Something about having seen this has changed me as a person and just it made me appreciate something in life, or God, it'd probably be psychological or emotional ones for sure. Man, it makes me wonder if Mushishi maybe could have been. I'd have to take time to figure that out sometime, I do believe. I do believe, yeah. It may be SpongeBob. Maybe. I feel like, you know, a lot of things we grew up with as kids might have left subconscious marks on ourselves, and SpongeBob is kind of full of a lot of life lessons, even if we don't see that right away. If you guys haven't, as a kid, go back and watch some SpongeBob sometime. Preferably the first 3 seasons. But I've seen a little bit of the 4th, and it's like, it's nice. It's not exactly the same thing, but I can definitely see that there is good value in some of the episodes, and I at least have a guide to tell me, hey, we need to skip this episode because it's just not good. It's like, okay. Because I really want to see what SpongeBob is like since the first 3 seasons, because I just have no experience with the later ones. I just know that they get worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? So I don't know if, I don't know if I have a big one impact, but, I wonder.
I won't say as a anime, but as a game, I honestly think Yakuza has had a big impact on who I am. Yakuza is kind of the reason I even got started breaking out of my shell. Maybe it helped me start to communicate, helped me understand that life's a little messy, be okay with just how fucked up of a life I have, or just the weird nonsensical combination of just, man, how can I be this so underpoverished femboy that is just so obliviously cute and just can't find a better life environment, and just is sick, and it just weird. And then my family, and my sisters, and it's just but man, the things that I could do, I see such value in myself and being able to help people, and just being this glowing, charismatic energy that I guess I have to be careful for too, because I have noticed the better I get, the more of a social butterfly I become. Man, I have a lot of eyes on me. Ooh, I have to be careful. So I guess getting better at fend with my own autism is probably gonna also help me defend myself from recognizing when I'm getting hit on, recognizing when I'm in a bad situation, or a situation that could lead into a situation that I don't truly desire. The Lily Yakuza streams are really fun to watch. Man. I guess when a new one comes out, I'll try to make time for that. It's just, I've made too much progress in infinite wealth that I really do want to finish it off stream, because there's just so much side content. There's so much downtime for you guys, because I end up enjoying the game too much so I forget to speak, or become so technical, because I'm a perfectionist. So that maybe when the next time a Yakuza game comes out, I'll try to play it casually. I think I've noticed at this point, the way that I play games is its own beast. And maybe the problem that caused me to burn out or struggle wasn't the expectations, although I do think that was a big factor. I think another big factor was the way that I play games. Cut the perfectionistic bullshit out. Cut the try-hardy attitude out. I get it, you're a gamer. This isn't the place to be a gamer. This is the place to be a streamer. Unless my branding is to become a try-hard, super sweaty streamer, gamer, then why do I need the higher difficulty? Why do I need to take on ridiculous risks? Why can't I just focus on what the game has to offer, even if it is easy? I've always had that, stereotype or thinking, that bias, that prejudice, that, I'm not playing this on baby mode. I'm not even playing it on normal mode. Come on, who does that? And I'm just like, man, I am such a R-word. I am so oblivious to what I'm even doing, the atmosphere, the experience that I'm trying to create. I am valuing my own experience over the experience that I give to you guys. If the experience I want to give you guys is a sweaty streamer, then I need to focus on that. And if it's incompatible with what I'm trying to give you, then there's the problem. And this might be what has led to burnout. So maybe I can bring in some more variety. I find a game to make it fun and focus on the fun aspect. Stop getting boggled down by the minor details of a minigame. Reading a story in full and being like, oh wait, I need to know what just happened. I need to research this thing on YouTube real quickly, guys. I don't know what just happened. I need to learn to play on the fly. I think what happens is I didn't have any skills as a streamer awareness. And man, this mini hiatus, the level up in life is just,
Everything changes. My own awareness is changing. My ability to see the world, you guys, what it is that I do, what it is that I want. My honesty towards acquiring it. Having a vision for what I want. I'm becoming a lot more aware. And just, it's awesome. It's nice, it's comfortable. And I guess me setting an expectation to wait on the next Yakuza game is a problem, because that means I'm looking for a fresh start, because you guys might not enjoy where I've left off. I don't know how to turn it into a better experience. Ah, man. Perfectionists. It's so hard to get past that. If I feel inclined, and I feel like I can have fun, and it is the most fun option, I won't hold back on doing it. If the truth is that I want to do something different and maybe I don't want to do Yakuza on stream, then I'll just not do Yakuza on stream. It's that easy. I need to stop setting a bar that I'll do it, I'll wait, because setting up an expectation to do the next Yakuza game isn't fair if I can't do it later. I might not even be around for it. It'd be irresponsible to set an expectation, so if I feel like it, I'll go for it. That's what I should be saying. Yeah. If there's something I want to do on stream, I'm gonna give it to you guys. That's what I should be doing in the first place. Which means, man, if I do another subathon anniversary thing in the future, it's time to completely get away from the VTuber way of doing things, which I thought I did better about. But I'm like, oh wow, I got away from VTuber stuff, but I didn't get away from expectations. I need to get away from expectations for you guys. Man. To think you guys have supported me this long without me being able to understand a lot of this stuff. That means a lot to me. It tells me that I have that much worth. And I can continue to have more worth to you guys. And make it a better experience. Yeah. This is what we both wanted. This is what we've both been waiting for. Oh my god, Lily's going up. I'm gonna cry. You know what I mean? Just know I think dearly of you guys, and I guess that has stressed me out a little bit without realizing too much, because I didn't have all the answers. And now I'm starting to, and I'm looking forward to everything. Oh, I'm so happy lately. And you guys know, I've been happier lately. I've sounded happier. Like, I know I can't just do it in the last couple of streams, because, like, it's like, Lily, you've only been, like, super happy last 6 weeks. Don't get ahead of yourself. I can easily find a stream where you're low energy. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, the big level up has happened, and I don't know how to pinpoint it, but, let me put it this way. In the past 2 days, some stuff was going on, and it was stressful. It was taking a lot of energy, and sometimes I was even crying. But I was still happy. And that's such a weird juxtaposition, because I'm just like, wait, I shouldn't be able to feel happiness when because, like, this is supposed to be competed, and it's like, no. It's because I'm still higher up on the happiness scale. Just because I'm happy doesn't mean that I can't feel feelings of sad, stress, fear, and stuff like that. It's not an all or nothing thing. I can still be happy. So the fact that I am able to be happy despite those things, that is a big, big thing to be thankful for. You know? Because that means that I'm happier overall. I'm happier from the inside out. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for everyone around me, and I can't thank you more than enough for that. I really can't. I really can't. I'm so happy to be still doing this 3.5 years later. And I know I kind of missed my half-year anniversary, but maybe I'll celebrate or give a toast to it sometime late next week. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more streams to make up for my absence. Not because I have to, but because I want to.
during the final week of September. It's also because all the discounts are gonna happen, and I also need to be around for that because the potential profitability at the lower cost to you guys would be beneficial to the stream, my longevity, and it's my responsibility to do so. So I'm gonna save you the garbage, yay, the garbage talk. I'm just gonna do my due diligence and tell you, hey, I'm gonna be here next week. I do need to get better about not explaining everything. That is still my weakness. But yeah, little Lily is growing up, but I'm still as small as ever. Can you believe it? My God. I'm just so happy. I can't hold it back. To be able to get to this point. It's such a big stepping stone. It's such a big stepping stone. Oh, look at all the head pets come out. Let me get this for each of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Wizard. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Circle. Bleh. I know this kind of tracking is a bit jank, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I really need that right now. I really do. I really do. Let me hydrate and then I'll stretchy. Yeah, I know. It's just... God, I've gone off on such a tangent. Guys, I had a lot to talk to you guys about. I guess I didn't realize that. Because I didn't set an expectation for it, and I guess that's fine. Actually, that is fine. Wow. I guess I have a lot of confidence because I feel like, man, old me probably would have had trouble saying some of this stuff or might have been scared to say it, and it's like, wow, I trust you guys a lot. And I need to communicate that. And maybe I've not been doing my part as much as I could have been. So look forward to... look forward to a really happy Lily. It might be reminiscent of me back then, but I feel like back when I first started it was just kind of a glimmer. Because I still had my muggy depresso attitude to an extent. At least what it is now, and I'm confident in it, is this is the most genuinely happy that I have been in my life. And I don't have doubts about it. Because I have confidence in getting past any other trials that are to come up. I'm not fearful of the future. That's a big difference. To be happy and scared of the future is to be happy and scared that you might not be happy anymore. And I'm happy and confident that I'll fight for my happiness. I'll fight for our happiness. Because I am your little princess. You know? What? Okay, let me stretch too. Thank you for stretching, Rose. Yeah. I kind of feel like in retrospect, Guys, let me just go out on a whim and say I'm sorry to anyone that may have been on the burning stick of my bad emotions in the past. I probably failed at a lot of communications where I'm realizing even now that I could have done better, and I just didn't have the skills right back then. I didn't have the awareness or even the consideration, and I've just gotten past so much of, you know, how do I put this? The difficulties that are a result of my autism. I am getting a better grip on them, and it is waking me up to see that I can be a better friend too. Because I feel like I might have been kind of shitty about it to an extent too. And I might have always been the type to say, you can trust me, I'm gonna be here for you. But just putting myself physically there isn't the same as putting myself mentally there. Because I might be scared, I might have my own insecurities.
I might have been letting them win. I know what's important now. That is definitely one thing that has changed. To be aware of my fears and not to be controlled by them is a very big difference. To communicate that I am trying in all earnesty is a big difference than trying to fake it and then crumbling under my own expectations for pushing myself to do so. Maybe that's why I'd crackle up in the past. Maybe that's why I got more emotional than I needed to when you guys would spoil me. Because I still had fears of being not significant enough to receive it. I let my autism win. And I let my insecurities win. When I could have a better grip on it and show you the tears of happiness instead. And maybe not as much, because I don't think they're as important as me communicating my thankfulness to you, and it's just, man, oh my god, I can't believe I was so autistic. I guess, I just thought of another thing. I wonder if me having a tighter leash on my inner friends, instead of trying to have more friends like I did in the past, allowed myself for the closer friends to care more, and because I became selective and gatekeepy, they would teach me how to be better and not losing the people on the inside, I guess, maybe? Maybe it's because I communicated my intentions and desires for those closer relationships more than a broader surface, as many surface friends as I could get kind of deal. And enough people, I just cared enough to help me with that, maybe. Because maybe I didn't have the skills for it. And all I needed to show that I cared enough to work on it, maybe? I don't know. I wonder. I honestly wonder how much of my own desire and awareness allowed me to do things more than people having to help me, because, man, I was just so bad. I was so bad. And not understanding the weight of if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm ever doing something too much, like, please let me know. I don't want to, like, make this, like, weirder than it needs to be, or, like, I might not be able to understand that, and understand just how much that just doesn't mean anything to the other person. What the other person wants to see, and what the other person wants to hear is that you're trying. You're gonna show them that you're giving them something that they can work with for the rest of their time spent with you. It sends a completely different message. And yeah, it hurts. It sucks. You're gonna get in trouble a lot. You're gonna have a lot of fights the closer you get to somebody you care about. But they don't have to shoulder the responsibility of you not being able to do shit. That's the difference. Show somebody you care enough to get past the things that are hardest for you to do, and you'll find a friend that wants you to stay with them. And they'll be there to give you a shoulder in becoming a better person while you're with them. Because what they want is a better person. What most people want is somebody that's trying for them, as well as trying for themselves. Nobody wants somebody that has given up on themselves. And a lot of people have. And I don't just mean the autistic ones, the neurologically deficient ones, the neurodivergent ones. This is such a common trait in like 90% of people. This is where confidence can come from. This is where confidence will come from.
This is the comfortability in letting yourself be yourself, in becoming a better person instead of the shell that you wish to wear on yourself. That's where strength comes from. That's where the strength, the smile comes from. Oh, wow, this feels good. I'm maybe a little emotional right now too. But I've said my piece. Callers, thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you once again for supporting the channel. Enjoy the lack of ads here on the channel, and enjoy the adorable emails that you have to use here in chat. What? Honestly, you're one of the most humble people that I know. I don't regret giving you money back when I could, as little as it may have been. It's more like the cost to the person is what's significant. What you're willing to part with, the impact that it has on you, the sacrifice, so to speak. And even if you can't, your time here is still a sacrifice of sorts. Donation or not, time spent or not, we're sharing something. It's a connection, it's an emotion, it's one of the threads of life, I guess. What? Worried to come across as bragging? I don't know. I guess my tolerance of individuals might be lower than it used to be. Or maybe it's become lower because I didn't truly have much of a tolerance for people. It's just, I was so lonely that I didn't have anyone. And now that I have options, it's like, I think you guys can understand. Me being selective might be a necessity for me to be who I am and as happy as possible. But I'm still gonna be here. And I'm still gonna be an entertainer. I can't promise to be your closest friends. But I am gonna be your lovely little fox boy. Here on the screen. That's not gonna change. Well, I prefer not getting close to people. It's never worked out, just kinda like it that way. I can respect that. Everybody has their own way of going about life, their own ideology. Different strokes, different folks kind of thing. But yeah, I'm a little over 2 hours, and I'm past the minimum, but I'm not at the maximum, and I can realize my throat's getting a bit scratchy. I'm still sick. I made a good bit of distance, and I practically talked the whole time. It may not have been the comfy stream that you guys were expecting. So hopefully I didn't break expectations, but I do feel like the importance carried the stream, did it not? Me being here carried the stream. Regardless of what the title of the stream was, the category. You guys are going to get several different slices of me, and that has always been my branding, and probably always will be. So, I'm going to get ready to go in and here. I'm going to wind down, rest, and, let my emotions sort themselves out, because... Oh, wow. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me and supporting me and spoiling me like a princess. I will keep being your cute little fox, okay? And I will get cuter. And I will become more aware too. And so until next time, y'all have a wonderful time, a wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your week. Whenever I see you again, I'll see you when I see you, however often and when that is. But I think Wednesdays will at least be the most consistent thing. I'm not going to give those up. But I'll take a break when I get sick. Okay. Enough yapping for me. I'll see you again. Until next time. Bye-bye.